What's up, Maximus? We took a little break, scheduled break for us. Yeah. Easter break. We're back. It's Tuesday. We're going to talk about some RC news and all this stuff. A lot of racing this weekend. But we're going to get into all of that and all of that stuff. So I say, you know what? Let's not farther on. Let's get right into this, right into the nitty gritty, and let's drop that intro.
Nitro is the glory, but e-buggy pays the bills. Welcome to the No Name RC podcast. Get ready for some serious bench racing. But be warned, we speak our minds, express our thoughts, and sometimes things can get a little rowdy.
Hate, and he just was influenced by the hate coming from the left, the hate coming from the right.
And let's get back to more club racing and less of this money-grabbing book racing.
It's hard not to be arrogant when you're always right. You know?
See what I mean? That's exactly why people call you arrogant, Max.
You may not agree with everything we say, but it's definitely worth a listen.
And our pick, can you stop whatever you're doing?
Join your host, Lefty the Great, with co-hosts and guests as they get together to chat RC.
Hey, after that race that I watched this morning, I have to talk about it.
Here we go. $100 right here, $100 throw. Oh no! I like this.
Yes, indeed. Nitro is the glory, but e-buggy pays the bills. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 184 of the No Name RC podcast. I'm your host, Keenan White, a.k.a. Lefty the Great. To my virtual left is the arrogant one, whose mustache has grown out a little bit. I see. I thought,
Yeah.
you trimmed it all up, but now I see you're getting into the. Are you like using mustache wax or something like that?
No. It just goes like that. I mean, I actually trimmed it a bit last week, but then I didn't trim it on the side, so now it's.
Are you going for like that full like curl look? Like what I mean?
I think I want to go and like what's his name, Salvador Dali, you know.
Dude, I don't think I've ever had my mustache that long. Ever. All right, well, Max is back. We're back. We went on our scheduled break. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We got some RC news to talk about this week. Was a lot of racing happening, all that type of stuff. We're going to get into all of that. But before I go on any further, I have to say my thank yous and my shout outs. So thank you to all of the NNRC Squad around the world. We can't do it without you guys. Thank you. The YouTube is increasing. Please go there. If you haven't, hit our subscribe button. Go there, hit our notification button. Please keep sharing, leave comments, dislikes. Also on the podcast apps, whatever podcast app you're listening to this on, please leave reviews. It helps us out. We want to get out in the stratosphere. All those type of actions help us get out there. And we're trying to get viral. We're trying to, if you're a hardcore 8-scale racer and you're not listening to the NNRC, you gotta listen to all of them. Well, there's some damn good content out there. So check it out and get into that hardcore RC stuff. Like, we geek out on this stuff, but we can't do it without you guys. The NNRC Squad, of course, the patrons. You guys got a patron only pod last week. You'll also get early release of this week's Friday podcast, which I'll probably put up today or tomorrow. And thank you to all the patrons of the podcast. If you wish to be a patron, you can. There's a link in the written description of this podcast. Also, we have some awesome companies that sponsor the podcast. Remember, everybody, showing the sponsors some love shows the podcast some love. And those sponsors are Invisible Speed, TZO 200 Tires, High Tech RCD, TNR Fuels, Beach RC, Techno RC, Lugs Racing Tires, JQSM, Mayako, G-Spec RC tuning for all your cabling needs, Papa Willie's Traction Tonic for all your traction tonic needs, Racecraft USA, get pitted with their command module, and get their new tumbler. They got a new tumbler, limited supplies. I'm going to get one ordered and pick it up at Silver State because I am going to Silver State. Clinic RC, I'll be hooking up with Tony and Vicky while they're there. It'd be good to see them again. The DR Race Shop, congratulations to the Viking on his win this weekend. Shout out to Jared Tebow, who will be joining us this week on a live. Check him out at JTP RC. It's been a while since we haven't had Teebs on. He's joining me this Thursday at 8 p.m. EST on YouTube and Facebook. So get those RC questions ready. And shout out to my boy RC Kevin, who's going to Silver State, and I'll finally get to meet him in person. So that's good. Shout out to the doctor, Alexander Hagberg, because he's been traveling so much. He messaged me after Easter. He's like, dude, what's up? Happy Easter to you. I was like, what's up? He's like, I'm in the airport going to America. I was like, it's Sunday, Easter Sunday. He's like, yeah, I know. I said, dude, you've been traveling a lot. Yeah.
And the fact that he's been going to the States a lot, that's
yes.
a big deal, because it's not an easy flight. People probably know, but
yeah, it's not like it's like 12
a hop. Hours. Yeah, 12 hours.
It's about probably an 8-hour flight wherever he's going. Like from the East Coast to, it's 5 hours from East Coast to.
California that flight is like half a day.
Yeah, but he's not going to California. I think he went to Midwest somewhere. I don't think he doesn't go to California much. It's mostly Midwest, East, and that stuff. There was a big 10-scale race. I don't know too much about it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Max, we went on our Easter break. We did our last podcast, which is the PNB recap. We actually scheduled this in. We're actually doing seasons this year. Just so we don't get burnt out. We took our break at the right time because you got super busy. You know what I mean? JQ was busy. He couldn't do anything. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to force myself to do nothing. I was even like messaging you like, we should record. And then I was like, no, we decided to take a break, and we took a break for a reason, because as much as I love this and as passionate about it, when you do RC 24/7, sometimes you need a break. And even then I still was doing stuff. I recorded, we did our patron only pod, but it was a good little break of doing nothing. I almost got my yellow boat finished, but no, it's not me. I waited on my mate, and he got caught up busy. And I got another boat project in the works. Operation 115 to 120 is back in effect. So I'll know more about that soon. I'm looking forward to that. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. We got a couple of shout outs. I'm going to shout out real quick. We do have some real quick race announcement. So USRC is going to Slideways RC Club in I believe this is South Dakota. They went last year, and I watched Rob Isaac and those guys put in a lot of work. Well, right now, as of now, they've got Brandon Rose, Tyler Jones, and Seth Van Dalen going. And I believe Sean is going to be doing the race director, which is Seth's dad. Check it out. This is USRC's race outside of where their region is. They usually do regions in Region 2, which is like Virginia, South Carolina. They did one last year. So for the people of the Dakotas, if you're interested or you're in this area, it is July 7th to 10th at Dakota Slideways RC Club in Aberdeen, South Dakota on the Brown County Fairgrounds. They will have 3 pro guys there. So you get to see some fast guys go. And if you want to go to that race, check them out. All right. We have a few more, Max. Hold on. Let me bring up my notes. I did some good notes this week. Shout outs. Happy birthday to one of our good friends of the podcast, Jared Malveda. His birthday was last week. Met Jared and all the Northeast guys, a lot of Northeast guys at RCGP, Big Kush, P-Word RC, all them guys, Justin Drinks, all those guys. Happy belated birthday to my boy KB Ron, Ashley Patterson. It was Ashley's birthday just before the UK Nationals. He looks like he had a good time. And shout out to my friend Josie Panishaw. It's her birthday today. I'll see her in Vegas. And congratulations to my buddy Matt Castle. I met him at RCGP. He's now the WRC USA team manager, a great dude with lots of energy. I wish him all the best. And I know we have a couple of get wells. So our good friend of the podcast and my good friend Toby Hansen is in the hospital. He's been in there for a week and a day now. He had a seizure last week, Monday. I just see he released an update today. What happened? He actually damaged his back as well in the seizure, apparently. So, but they're still running a lot of CAT scans on him, and I think he has have to have an operation. So to Toby, we want him to get well. Toby is a great RC enthusiast. He writes some great blogs under the Toby Meister moniker, and he has the 46 RC. So if you guys can, If you're into prayers, if not, if you're into positive vibes, send him some prayers and positive vibes and hope he gets better. And also shout out to Jeff Lumia, who has a GoFundMe going for him to get a new leg. He recently lost his leg due to diabetes and is trying to get a leg. And he's a avid racer in the Southeast Georgia area. And he also has some builds. Check him out, Jeff Lumia Builds, if you want to help him out there. Send him some work, and he does some builds there. And our condolences, Max. We have to say this too. That young kid, Yannick, from up in Quebec, that last year around this time, we actually did a fundraiser for. He had terminal ill cancer. Unfortunately, and our condolences go out to his family. He passed away this over Easter. And it was a bit sad. My buddy Kevin was messed up. You know, our condolences go to his family. Young Yannick, he kind of touched us all last year. I did a video. I got to find a video. I'm going to post it up. But he's a young kid, and he loved RC. I think he was 5, 6, 7. I can't remember how old he was. And he had terminal ill cancer. And the whole RC community kind of came together to make his last year or so better in life and full of RC and love. So, yeah, and we raised quite a lot of money for him, like $3,000, I think. So thank you to everybody that donated. You guys helped make that young man and his family's life a little bit more bearable, and help out with the bills and stuff they had to pay over the last year or so. So shout out to those people that helped out on that live. That's actually when I did the Toe of Satan, and I got really sick afterwards. That stuff was hot, but it was worth it. And yeah, Yannick Strong, man. Our condolences go to him and his family and the Quebec RC community. It's always sad when we lose somebody. It's even worse when we lose a young life like that. Yeah. So, all right, Max. Real quick, what have you been up to? School's been got you busy. You had a lot of snow. Now you have it's hot again. Yeah. So what's up? Real quick.
Yeah, so this is the last week now of school. So after this,
like you're off after this week?
Yeah. So
for how long?
Since September.
So you're gonna go working and then?
Yeah, so I'll take May off just for practicing. Okay. I'll go home about, I think, in a week and a half or so. I'll go back to my parents' house, and then I'll just set up my camper somewhere where the tracks are open and start practicing.
Are you gonna do RCGP in June?
I don't know. I don't at this point I don't know.
Right. But it's kind of because it's Euros. You want to do Euros as well.
Yeah, I'll do Euros.
You want to go to the Worlds.
Yeah. So I don't. Yeah, I need to see what the options are and how much practice and how it fits the schedule and all that.
Oh, well, great. You know what? Yeah. Actually, when you're off school, we can get to work and get our branding finished and all that stuff that we're supposed to get done for Christmas. And you know what? I'm actually going to do a plug right now. Hey, if you're a young RC enthusiast who's pretty good in social media and follows RC hardcore, and you can do some graphic design or whatever, you know, all that basic type of stuff, you're pretty good at that stuff, and you want to help us out and be involved in something cool, hit me up, because we're always looking for RC enthusiasts that love this type of stuff and want to help us out, because we you know, with you being busy and then like how things are getting, I'm just looking for some help with, you know, keeping like, I can't keep in touch with everything nowadays. It's so much going on.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a part of us and like that, and I'm looking for people to help produce in the background as well. You know what I mean? So I'm looking for somebody like in America, because you know, it'd be great to have a producer when we do our lives, because I do want to do more lives or anything like that, because it kind of gets hard. So if you like that, let me know. I'm actually looking for somebody to help me produce this weekend. It's pretty easy to do this Thursday. I'm just looking for someone to help out and help us do some cool stuff. So, me, Max, we had Easter here. It's a big holiday in the DR. I kind of chilled out. We didn't do much at my house. We made some fish cakes. We kind of it was a quiet Easter for us. I'm going to Silver State. I should have bought my ticket last Monday when it was cheaper. And then I'm like, let me wait. And then like JQ and I have this method. We think if we wait till like Tuesday or Wednesday, that it's going to be cheaper. So then Tuesday it was like $150 more. And I'm like, And I've been waiting for it to go back on to that all week. And then finally yesterday, I'm like, you know what, man? I don't think it's getting any cheaper than this. It's $100 more. Let's go for it, right?
Yeah.
I'm so glad I did that because today when I went look at tickets, it was like $100 more, $130 more than what it was already. And I couldn't even get that ticket no more. So I am going to Silver State. I'm looking forward to it. I get in there Tuesday evening. And it's going to be fun. I'm going there to do more like the videos and walk-arounds. We might get some podcasts done. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I think people enjoy... I don't know. Maybe I'll do it vlog style, like catch up, like a daily report vlog style, and then go do a walkabout. We'll see. But the convenience is like I can go on, go film, do my walkabouts, go hang out. Then I could go back up to the room, do what I got to do. And then,
not like DNC where you had to drive to a Starbucks too.
Yeah, borrow a car, drive to a Starbucks, hope that their internet's working, drink copious amounts of coffee because you're going to be there for about 2 hours, which is fine because you got to be up to 11 anyway. But just so much more convenient. I actually was thinking of something fun to do for this, like a video. And I think I might just walk around the casino with my GoPro and say, hey, do you know there's a radio control car race going on? And like something just to strangers. I don't know. You'll see.
Yeah.
Say, hey, or stand by the sign and like, hey, do you know there's a radio control car race or something going on? Or who knows what I'll get into. I'm not a gambler, so maybe I can film in the
inside the casinos. You can't film, but I mean, Vegas is a great place. You'll get people there.
Oh yeah, I'll just stand by the sign and say, hey, do you know it's an RC car race there? Should be good. They got fifth scale going on. I would love to just turn some laps with a fifth scale car at this race. I know it's impossible. I would love to race it. Anybody got a fifth scale I could borrow? I know that's a big question, but it would be so awesome. But so I'm going to geek out on that type of stuff. I'm actually looking forward to this. And yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited. And it looks like I might be going to Italy in June, which I wasn't too sure if I was going. And I was all right if I didn't go, but I think I'm going for RCGP. So that's cool. That's good. All right, enough about me, enough about us. Let's go. We got some RC news to talk about, man. And this week's RC news is brought to you by Hi-Tech RC. Hi-Tech RCD is a leader in RC systems, delivering the highest performance and reliability supported by the dedicated customer service personnel. They have their HSB 9381TH service, which has efficient brushless motors, titanium gears, low consumption, constant output, and a metal case. They also have revealed their new DB778WP waterproof low profile batteries that are manufactured with their high technology. I like that, high technology, using the industrial servo innovations to bring to their racing servo innovations. And these servos are really great for your 10 scale cars, your drag cars, and all that stuff because they're low profile. Also, check out the awesome Rdx2 Pro Charger, which I'll be using in my chase for my speed record on my boat. Not the yellow one, but another one that I'll reveal. And I'll be using that to charge all my batteries. And you can use this charger to charge up 2 battery packs at a time. I use the Bluetooth dongle, and I can monitor everything through my phone. So check out these cool products. Trust in Hi-Tech, your servo and charger headquarters. Go to visit hitechrcd.com/where-to-buy to find your nearest dealer. Thank you, Hi-Tech, for all your support. Remember, everybody, sharing the sponsor some love, shares the podcast some love. So real quick, Max, there was a shite ton of racing going on this weekend.
Yeah.
I remember messaging you and saying, Max, dude, I can't remember when my Facebook feed has just been so full of RC from so around the whole world. Like, obviously, it's been full of stuff from America because they've been racing. But it's like this weekend, everybody opened up. Like, Europe was like, boom. Hey, I mean, I know they've been racing for quite some time, but now it was like, boom. It was a lot of races going on in Europe. They're racing in Australia. America was flooded with racing. It was good to see, man. It was a lot of racing going on, dude.
Yeah. It's funny, like, especially us, we always be like, oh, we need to fix this or fix that. And like, RC is actually like thriving still. Like, the way things are, some things are not perfect, but still RC is doing quite good. That's very nice to see. And it's very nice to see people are having fun, getting back to racing. I saw a few posts of people saying, I haven't touched a car in a year or something. And like now they're getting back to racing. That's amazing.
Yeah. It was my feed was just flooded. Like, I was like, well, shit, I don't know which races to post about. Like, it was so much. So I just kind of focused on like Ron Falk, and I think the East Coast Nationals, because they had some good coverage. But man, dude, let's go. Okay, so the first race was actually the weekend before, which was the Dirt GP, which was held at the Nemo Raceway, which actually Ricardo Berton won. And I think, I should have had results up in it.
I'll check them.
Yeah, but I know Ricardo Berton won. Skidmore came second or third, and I think I don't know who came that third podium. But I just wanted to say that Scott went to this race. He said,
Coelho finished second and Johnny Skidmore third, with Figeredo fourth and Lee Martin fifth.
Oh, really? So Coelho went. That's good.
Yeah, Coelho was there. He seemed quite fast from the get-go, but Berton seems to struggle a bit. I think he qualified like in the first few runs. He qualified like at the bottom of the top 10, but then he TQ'd last round and seemed quite untouchable on the finals day. So that was surprising. Like, everyone was running Sismic except for the hot race sponsor drivers, which are obviously Figeredo and
they need to be on foot. Well, Sismic's still not got the tire to be on the oil, it seems like.
It seems, but I mean, Berton seemed quite fast, and they ran clay, so they were in clay compound. I can't remember the name of but it was the low profile thread tire, no pin tire.
Well, I talked to Scott real quick. He said that the track got really rough, and then I heard that from somebody else that it got really rough, and I was like, really?
I saw a lot of pictures. A lot of the jump phases were all screwed up, and it was like the oil surface was starting to break up in a lot of places, so it was more
interesting. Yeah. I know hopefully they get it fixed, because there's another big race that's going to be happening here sometime this year. I can't say what, but I watched some of the stuff. Like this race seemed super organized. Like, they did a video of how they want people to line up and everybody and all this type of stuff, like just giving their rules to get up onto the rostrum and all that stuff. So that was pretty cool. I have to say I was disappointed. There was no real coverage at all. It would have been good, because there were some big names at this race. I mean, they had one camera, but I mean, you can't really see from there, and maybe somebody Facebook Live. But I'm hoping that if we don't see maybe the DXR race come back, maybe this becomes that big race that happens every Easter. I'm hoping, because we desperately need that. And I'm hoping that this is a race that the Americans go to eventually, if we don't get DXR back, because I think that's one they will go to. But kudos to those guys. It's good to see. I know that Nemo puts a lot of money and effort and time into their track. It looked beautiful. What a beautiful facility it is.
Yeah.
With the AstroTurf in it and all that stuff. And I'm sure they'll figure out what went wrong and why it got rough. I mean, but that's how it got rough for everybody. So
and I don't know. I haven't driven on rough oil tracks quite like that much. I've driven a few times on like that type of surface. Sometimes it's very awful, where it gets dusty on top of the oil, and then the non-oil is like super grippy because it's like rough and it starts to grab the car. So it's very difficult. But if it gets rough in places, but the surface still stays intact, it can be quite fun too.
Right. All right. Just a shout out to some of the other. So this racing, that was last weekend. And congratulations to Berton. It's good to see Coelho racing more 8 scale as well. He raced 8 scale this weekend as well. He's also doing something every weekend, it seems like, as well.
And the fact that he runs 10 scale, 8 scale, and on road, it's just crazy how he can do it. He's very busy.
Oh yeah. All right. So let's shout out to some of these races. So we had the Northwest Championship Tour up in Pasco this weekend. They had a good bunch of entrants up there in the Pacific Northwest. I saw a couple of guys that I know went up there. My buddy Austin went up there, who recently lost his dad. So I think That's good. I think this is his local track, but a great turnout for that race. That's a great area up there in the Pacific Northwest. Up there, I said they had the SOS series at Easley. You've been to Easley a couple of times. I've been to Easley. That was pretty packed as well. And we're talking about over 100 people at these races. You know what I mean? Easley is a beautiful facility there in South Carolina, not too far from S&B. Like, if you ever want to go see and for me, it has like an old school hobby shop feel. It's got asphalt oval, dirt oval. I think it's got on-road. It's got a badass hobby shop, but it's like an old school hobby shop. Great facility there in South Carolina. They had the 10th Otter Cup in Otterville, Canada. And I think this actually gets one of my votes as the best track. Did you see this track at any? I did post it. They had rubber speed bumps on the straightaway. So they had like the rubber speed bumps that you get, like, you know, and they put like 2 and 2, and I thought that was pretty good. I like that track. It's really nice out there in Canada, and it's good to see them racing. They had the Border Wars in Amarillo, Texas. They had like 50-mile-per-hour winds there in the desert. Florida RC. I have to say, I think Florida RC Championships gets the vote for the best coverage, period. So Lance is doing this is round 4. It happened at Sundancers in Florida. And if you look at and Danny is doing all the work for it. He's doing the live stream, he's doing the pictures, he's doing all the branding, all that stuff. And they do right now, I think, and this is no offense to any other series, but the amount of work going into this series to make it good for everybody and to give everybody, like, make everybody feel special. And also the content that's coming out of this series, even though it's not on a professional level, like these are fast guys in Florida, but not, you know what I mean? It's really good. Like, the live stream is good. The freaking pictures are great. And shout out to Lance and his group and his crew for doing such a great job. Excuse me. Sorry. So that happened this weekend. Man, RC Madness opened their season opener up in Connecticut. They finally the snow melted. My buddy told me they had like really good numbers, like 100 plus entries, 83 people, because he started nobody else was really racing up in North Coast, so he shared it around. That's good to see. Let's talk about some of the bigger on the East Coast. So in Australia, they had the East Coast Nationals, which is Zach and those guys' track at Pine Hill Dirt, the Pine Hill Dirt Raceway, and oil track actually, that you don't like.
I need to shout out Jack Parsi, a very young.
He does well.
I believe he's Australian.
He's Australian. He was there.
Australian, yeah. So an Australian Mayako driver. He TQ'd in front of Alex Bernarczyk and Aaron Dexter. These guys who've been very, very fast in Australia. And Jack is, I'm not quite sure of his actual age, but he's 12. So he's very young.
He's good.
And him and his dad they have a positive vibe and
they're nice people. I was talking to his dad.
Yeah.
They also had gas truck, which his dad came third. They had a full heater gas truck. No, I have to give a shout out to Zach and these guys, because Zach gets it on the content side. And they had a lot of rain too. So the rain hurt them, but the oil track saved that rain a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
They were able to do the, race with, sweep the track off and whatnot and race. But apparently they had it wasn't a big race, but it wasn't well attended, but it was decent for Australia. And apparently just the rain was the hindrance. But they did a great job, man. They did a great job of 1 second. Something's going on. My throat's dry. They did a great job of the actual event organization, all that type of stuff. They got it done through the rain. They were supposed to have like a moving camera during the mains, but I guess with all the work they had to do, they weren't able to get it. He set up he put one guy, Andrew Ford, and they just set up a table with a mic and they interviewed different drivers and they posted that up and all that stuff. So it was really good. Unfortunately, the rain held them up. And I think actually Bernard Zach won this. Zach came second, and then Jack came third. Yeah. Excuse me. I don't know. Hold on. I need water. My throat's getting dry. So, congratulations to those guys. And Dexter, he was in the struggle bus. But I talked to him, and he came out of second, out of the B main, and I think he had some flame outs in his A main, which hurt him. But congratulations to those guys. One thing I have to say, no Kyle McBride, and he goes to this track. And,
yeah, that was surprising to see.
But apparently it's not surprising. Apparently because he doesn't seem to go to these races for some reason. And I don't know why he doesn't. Well, I kind of have a feeling why. But I think he should go to these races. Like,
yeah, the fact that like Alex is there, he definitely needs to have top level competition. And even though like Zach Ryan and Jack Parsi, those are very, very fast guys, but they're not
on his level though. Not on McBride's level. But Alex is.
Alex and McBride, those guys are the ones that can actually challenge for international like mains, and
McBride can. We don't know if Alex can yet. We got to see him outside of
Australia. Obviously we need to see it first, but he has the potential looking at his speed in Australia. So yeah, it'd be for both of them, for Kyle's and Alex's sake, they need to sort of match the speed with each other.
Well, I know Alex kind of beat him every round last year.
Yeah, but then again, I'm pretty sure he wasn't happy with the car because he left and switched to S-Works now.
Yeah, but I don't know what's going on with McBride, man. He isn't going to Silver State. Ben Sterling's going to Silver State, but he is. You know what I mean? It's just, I like McBride. I think he's super talented and all that type of stuff, and I want to see him come out and race more. You know, I do. That's the thing. I want to see him race more, but I just don't know how long he can not. You know, I don't know what races he's going to go to. I mean, I know travel's still a little bit funky in Australia, but I mean, Ben Sterling's doing it, but he's from a different part as well, apparently. So
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with McBride. It's weird. It's a conundrum. Like, it really is. There was another race in Australia. Shout out to the Eagle Point Raceway. Nick Lewis and the Wing, they put that on. They got their coolie right there that they sent me last year. So, man, just a lot of racing. CFE race in France. I think Jerome Sartel won that. Is it Sartel? Was it Le Sartel that won it?
I'm not sure. I didn't follow that one.
Yeah, it was a race in France. And but dude, it's just so much racing. But the kind of big races were JBRL at the dirt. So,
yeah.
One day, I know we like the JBRL now is one day. I think it's always been one day, but it's one qualifier. They have one seat around, one qualifier in the mains. That's fine. I'm not here to talk about that, whatever. But dude, wow, it had 185 people, 331 entries, and that's a lot of people for one day.
Yeah, wow. That's so much people. It's crazy.
Yeah, but guess what?
How do you even get through a program in one day?
Well, they did. They did what they did, and people went. But my biggest surprise out of this, I just want to shout out to my boy Jeff G. He won 40 plus. He was super happy about that. He beat like Saxon and those guys. He is super pumped. So congratulations to him. But Drake, outright beating Cavallari and Truggy and Buggy.
Yeah,
dude, I am so freaking worried about Cavallari right now. I am so worried.
Every race that he doesn't perform now, that's just a countdown to him not being.
I hope this is not the truth.
Professional driver, because let's be honest. Like at this point, TLR would be better off by signing like Brunson, Pavidis, and Rose for almost free versus paying Cavallari, and we know that's a lot of money they have to pay him because he's Cavallari, and Cavallari is getting beaten by these guys every race, not just once in a while, but this year I don't think he has beaten Pavidis once,
dude. But all right, and this is no disrespect to Drake because he's still good, he's still fast, but Drake beat him by 13 seconds at this race in Buggy, and there was no flame outs. I wasn't at the race. I do not know what happened. But I went and look at the scoring. I went and look at the actual race. And dude, he lost by 14 seconds. Like he didn't have he had some long laps, but like just inconsistent. Like,
and I don't know. I don't really know what's wrong too, because he's doing fine in 10 scale. Like he's doing all right in 10 scale. It's not like he's struggling. He's getting podiums. He's getting TQs in 10 scale. So it's not like he's suddenly a bad driver. Just something isn't clicking. You know,
something isn't right in his program. Something isn't right at all, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, if I was him, I'd be fucking worried as hell for my job. Truly.
That's what people are saying. I don't want to go there because he does have I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. I think he needs to have a good Silver State. Like he needs to be in the main Silver State, and he hasn't been in the main for quite a minute.
But to be honest, like for his level, just making the main isn't enough.
I know this is, but right now he needs to be in the main.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Right? That's the first step right now. But saying that about Cavallari is just like.
But guess what? Guess what? You know? Guess what? We've seen Cavallari do this before. Like go down to the depths, depths of despair. Like his career is over. He's not gonna do it again. You know, this happened to him in 10 scale. It happened to him in 10 scale when he went to S-Works. But I still have faith. There's a lot more racing left. We could say all of this, and Cavallari could go win the Worlds. He
could. Like, that's the thing. That's why I'm not, like, saying, like, it's over. Because it's not. It's clearly not. But if he doesn't change direction of this, it could be. Like, because... Yeah, this is crazy. Like Cavallari, like what it was, barely made the B main in DMC. Like
and even third, and then if you look back, so like third was Carlos Arredondo and Walker Spinrad was fourth. Oh, CJ Jella went to this race too, but he was a lap on. And those guys, like Carlos was only 4.5 seconds back, and then you know like okay, these guys are spread out, but at this race, you know, like it just like you expect Cav to walk away with this race. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm saying it's the tires, man. I'm sorry, but then it shouldn't matter out in California, should it?
No, like and especially like at the dirt, like no way the tires are that big of a deal. And Proline has good tires for these conditions, so it's not that I don't buy that.
One thing
I could buy that excuse if it was like somewhere indoor or East Coast, then I'll be like, okay, it could very well be the tires, but at the dirt, no way.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Cav needs a good Silver State. He needs a top 5 at Silver State.
I hope he does have one because he's a driver on his good day. He's just amazing. Because he's a driver, not like Fend or Mayfield, where if they get up front, they dominate, or if Fend is so fast, he'll dominate. Cav is a driver who could be second or third fastest and just win by sort of having his racecraft set up. He's sort of like a Ryan Dungey of RC, where he knows how to win, even though he isn't the fastest or even though he doesn't have the best car. That's something he's very, very good at. And that's something we haven't seen lately.
Yeah, I still have faith in the Cav. Yeah. I still have faith in the Cav. Okay. I think the last race
did we talk about NXC?
No, we're going to talk about NXC now. So this race also had great branding. I have to give credit to the people that did this. This race caught my eye. Like the branding was really good. I believe this race happened last year. That Runafog as well.
Runafog went to this last year. He was battling with both Kilich brothers here.
Right. Was this the race? So it happened a lot sooner this year. Because it was late last year.
Yeah, it was a bit later on last year.
All right. So this was in Denmark, by the way, and I think it was, to be honest, the only real competition there was probably Pelle and Hampus, and the other guy Magnus.
There Markus Karup, who is
Marcus, that's his name.
Who won EOS. He was there, and he actually finished second.
Ooh, was that the kid that took out Coelho?
Orlowski, but
Orlowski. Sorry.
Yeah, but he was that's the same young guy, and his best time is actually pretty good. He's
got a future.
He's a very fast driver, but yeah, Pelle is obviously always fast in Denmark. And I bet he goes to this track because the distances in Denmark aren't that big. But I want to shout out a few Swedish fast drivers. We've talked about Hampus on the podcast before, so people know him. But Elias Johansson and Pontus Larsson. These are very fast Swedish drivers who's been not sort of beating Ronnefog, but being sort of second and third at these Swedish races and having on a good day very, very good speed. And Hampus is obviously the sort of number one young driver from Sweden at the moment. And David is obviously the number one of all in Sweden. But there's a lot of speed and talent in sort of the Scandinavian region and also in Finland too, like Sweden, Finland, and Denmark. So it's really nice to see like there's a lot of these names at this race as well.
But this was oil track. I did talk to they did have some rain. Pele was fast too. You know what I mean? To be expected.
He TQ'd e-buggy. David had some issues, but David ended up winning both classes in the end. Yeah,
he did. Hampus came like I think fourth or whatever.
Hampus came in fourth. Pele finished third in Nitro Buggy, and Marcus obviously second, as we spoke before.
Yeah, and the guy. So it looked like a good race. I talked to Ronnefalk. I think Sunday or whatever, maybe before the race. So he was feeling all right, and then he was a little bit stressed because he's like, I got 1 day in between going to Portugal. No time. I was like, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. So, congratulations to him. Okay. Once again, I know they did some cool things and the branding was great, but obviously, I say this and I take this. I don't expect these races to have it because it's a little smaller race. They had a camera and all that type of stuff. It would have been great to get a little bit more, just some action. You know what I mean? I hope somebody that filmed maybe the main puts it up or whatever at a later point. We'll see. But it's all good, man. I look forward to this race. I kind of expected the Viking to win, but it's also great practice for this race that he's got coming up because it's kind of high grip and all that type of stuff. And let me see, did I have anything? Oh, we forgot one last race. I know there's many other races out there.
UK
Boots won the UK Nationals, the first round of the UK Nationals.
Yeah.
And I actually talked to Johnny Skidmore, and he said that they actually they said they were leading by half a lap, and then they had some clutch bell bearings go with 4 minutes to go. So Skidmore was still fast out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And William finished second in the end. So Boots, William, Skidmore, and Craig and Lee Martin in top.
Oh, so 4. Johnny didn't win. Oh no, Johnny. So William would have came. He was probably in third when that happened.
Yeah, Johnny was.
Dude, the Skidmores are good, dude.
Yeah, they are both really fast. It's crazy how in the past it was always like Johnny was a lot faster than William.
Now they're
recently. Now they seem equal, and I've seen like some races William's speed and Johnny straight up. So
you know who's fouled on? Clancy. He's not as fast as he used to be.
Yeah, last year he definitely suffered from tires because he was sponsored by J Concepts. Everyone else just ran Sismic.
Really?
In UK. This year though, I don't know what Clancy is suffering from, but I mean his lap times are there. He seems to be fine speed wise, and he seems to be beating like Skidmores and fast guys when they are sort of in his area.
Mm-hmm.
So it just could be like he doesn't get the setup right. He doesn't have all the
I don't know. But I don't know. But congratulations to Boots. This was at Blackpool, so they it was I think Scott and those guys went to. I haven't talked to him since he went there. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But good to see. First round of the UK Nationals. And then they had the e-buggy Euro warm-ups in Hudi Arena in Slovakia. It was weird seeing 8-scale cars go around that track. I think it's the first time I've seen it. It's okay. It's a decent size. It's going to be a little bit small, but I think it's going to be all right. Coelho was there. Orlowski was there running this Frankenstein buggy. I heard it's a Mugen, but it looks like it's got bits and parts of
so actually, I'll you have it on screen. Okay, so that's good.
Yeah.
So I'll go through what it is in what I see from here. So to me, it looks like a Mugen buggy. I don't think they had the MBX8R parts. So what they done is they just used associated arms in the rear, and those shocks are associated shocks with black colors. So I think that's pretty much what it is. So just a Mugen with a few associated parts. They could have some sort of own parts they've made, some prototype ones. I don't know. But yeah, it's not their own car by any means. It's Mugen with some other parts. So I don't really know why they went this way. Perhaps they found the associated shocks work better. But yeah, the Schumacher 8 scale platform has been sort of in the talks for a long time, but yeah, I don't see it coming very soon, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't the Schumacher guys get excited about it. I mean, but it's a 8 scale program is a lot. When is the Euro e-buggies anyway? The e-buggy Euros anyway. It's coming up soon. I think it's in May.
Soon. Let me see. I think I have the schedule somewhere here.
All right, while you find the schedule, let me go through my notes. I think that's it. I think that's about it.
Actually, let's go through. So Martin Bayer won the e-buggy warm-up.
Oh, did he? I thought Coelho won.
No, Coelho finished 5th. He won the first main, the last main, but he finished 10th in both the first and the second. So I don't know what happened to him. But yeah, actually, one kid I want to shout out is this Polish driver, Bartek Zalewski. He's the guy who finished in very high up at EOS before. He's been challenging Orlowski a bit here and there, and he's a very up and coming Polish driver. And Orlowski finished 2nd, Zalewski 3rd, and then I don't know, Basut Zolt, I think he's pronounced, the Hungarian driver. He's been making sort of top of the B main, sometimes at EOS. He's very fast in this sort of Eastern European region. Very young kid as well. So
it's going to be interesting then. So the e-buggy Euro should be interesting. Good. I believe Runners going. I believe everybody's going to this.
So the e-buggy Euros will be in 11th and 12th of June. So they are
they're not too long away.
That far away. Yeah,
like a month and a bit. So those guys go e-buggy Euros then.
Oh, sorry. That's actually wrong. It's even earlier. It's 15th of May.
So it's the week after the weekend after Silver State. That's why we're not seeing a lot of Europeans go to Silver State too. All right.
Probably, yeah. So actually, Euro B is the one that's in 12th of June. But e-buggy Euros are 15th of May. So they're coming up quite quickly.
All right. Well, I want to wrap that up. Did we have any other RC news? Anything that caught your eye live RC wise? We're going to talk about 2-3 more topics in our main part in a bit. But I think that's about it for the races. I did see that, if we did miss our race, we apologize. I know there was a UK national 10 scale going on as well, and all this type of stuff. But we do primarily focus on 8 scale here, and most of my feed is 8 scale. But man, I have
Orlowski went to the UK Nats, but I don't think he won. He finished 2nd in both classes. I believe.
No, Orlowski was at the warm ups.
No, that was the 10 scale Nats were the same weekend as the Dirt GP, so a weekend before.
Oh, was that Robin Hood, right, or something like that, or no?
Minster or something like that.
No, okay, but they had so they had another 10 scale race or something this weekend.
Okay, but Neil Craig won the first round of the Nats in two-wheel drive, I believe, and Tommy Hall won four-wheel drive.
So Orlowski didn't win.
Yeah, Orlowski finished 2nd in both classes, if I'm right. They just out of my head, so I don't remember.
Well, I'll be putting a note to be watching. I don't think we're going to get coverage of the e-buggy Euros, unfortunately, but I'll be looking forward to hopefully seeing something. Yeah. And I think that's all we have, man. I don't have anything else. Like no products caught my eye over the weekend or over these last few days. I am interested in seeing the guy with the electronic brakes at Silver State because he's supposed to be there. But just going through live RC real quick again. Nothing much going on otherwise than that. Even there, it's just a lot like onward racing, 10 scale racing. Like it was a lot going on. Even her in the DR, they had like the crawler guys got together and had like hill climb a hill climb competition that I couldn't make it to. So RC is thriving, dude. It's awesome to see. Awesome to see. It's great. You know, this is why I love this stuff. Honestly, it's really why I love it. All right, Max, we've got a couple topics we're going to talk about real quick. In our, I couldn't, because this isn't really race reports, but it's kind of like a race preview, and then we got the live RC news, and then I want to talk about the top 25 real quick. So this part of the podcast, I'm actually calling it the TNR Fuels Dawn and Quiet, because we didn't have a Dawn and Quiet before, so we're just going to talk about a few things. And this part of the podcast is brought to you by TNR Fuels. Here at the NNRC, we are all about the glory, and that glory is nitro. TNR Fuels is the hottest nitro fuel in the market, owned and operated by fellow racer Chris Nelson and his family. TNR Fuels is made by racers for racers. The fuel is available throughout the USA, and he's working on international distribution. For more information to support the company or purchase some fuel, visit them at www.tnrfuels.com. Contact Chris Nelson directly. You can at chris@tnrfuels.com, or find them on House of RC or Facebook, and let them know that you heard about this on the No Name RC podcast. Thank you to Chris and TNR Fuels for their continued support. And remember, everybody, showing the sponsor some love shows the podcast some love. And let's get it right into this, Max. I think we're gonna go right into the top 25. Let's talk about this, because I actually was thinking about making a video about this, and I think that the top 5 in this top 25, with a little adjustments, is probably the most. Hold on, is this the most recent one? Let me find it. Hold on. So the top 25, if you guys don't know, if it always is a talking point when it comes out, because a lot of people don't agree with it. A lot of people don't get it. But it came out April 14th. Oh, no, it's right. Okay. So I have the right one. Let's bring it up. We have, 1 second, guys. Let me bring it up for you. If you're watching this on, you got to start watching this on YouTube too, because this is when we get to share the screens and have all this type of stuff up and all this cool stuff. So Ryan Mayfield, number 1. I don't think any of us can argue with that.
You know what? I want to point out one thing because last year I was fully confident that Ongaro is the number 1.
He's not.
Coming into this year, seeing his performance at DNC, seeing some of his performance in Italy, yeah, he's not number 1 anymore. Okay,
so I kind of wanted to look at this from it started in January. I know it doesn't start in January, but let's look at this like it started in January. That's how I was going to look at it. Right now, I have in this top 5 right here, top 6. I have to make some changes. And I still have Ryan Mayfield as my top driver. I would put Dakota Fenn second.
No.
Yes. Listen. We're going off this year. We're just going off this year so far. I even have Joe Bornhorst third.
No,
then I have.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Then I have Runner Falk. Then I have Ongaro. And Ongaro is just scraping in there. And let me explain why. Obviously, we can't argue. Ryan Mayfield, he's got 2 wins this year. He had the most wins last year. I know when I count him last year, he also beat every one of these guys at the last race where every one of these guys met, which was DNC. So he beat them, right?
Yeah.
Also, Dakota Fenn has 2 big wins against these guys. He also finished 4th in this race. You know what I mean? Yes, we can argue that Ronafalk would have done better. He finished 6th. Ongaro finished 8th at DNC. Bornhorst finished 2nd. Do you see where I'm going here? If we looked at this from start of the year,
if we look at this from American perspective, yeah, I'd agree with you.
But right now, that's all we can do. Look at it right now, because there's only been 1 race in Europe. But it's only been 1 race in Europe this year where all the European guys got to meet together.
Yeah, but you have to take into account the fact that if Ronafalk finishes 5th behind of Dakota Fenn, and it's an American race at an American track, you always got to favor the Americans, because that's
You know what I think, and a lot of people have been saying this for a while. A lot of people have been saying this for a while, is I actually think these need to be separated.
Yeah, I agree too. I think what he should do, the top 25, he should do Europe and America separately, and then he should do a combined list. So he should have 3 lists that he publishes, and for him it's not any more work, because and he shouldn't, like, if Ronafal goes to DNC, then he gets points for the American list too. But because mostly he races in Europe, and Ryan Mayfield almost never races in Europe, for example. Yeah, I think he should have, because I don't think it for him, I don't think it's any more work. It's the same work, but he just takes for the European list, counts European races, and American list, races in America. I think that would be amazing to see, because I think those lists would be more sort of accurate, and people would have less sort of disagreements.
But I do like this because it always starts a talk. So I wanted to do real quick, what would be your top 5, your personal top 5? Let's do your top 10.
Okay, mine would be Mayfield, Ronafalk, Ongaro, Fend, Canas. I'd put Tessman in front of Bornhorst. Then I'd put... Yeah, I'd have to put Rivkin then. So that would be Rivkin would be 8th. Actually, no, Fuller would be in front of Rivkin. So Fuller would be 8th.
It's hard, isn't it?
Rivkin 9th, and I'd
have Tebow 10th.
Yeah, I think Berton is in front of Tebow. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, but all right. So me, obviously, I have Ryan Mayfield as number 1. My heart and everything in my heart wants to put Ronafalk as number 1 or number 2. And no offense, Viking, you are number 1 in my heart, but I think you're really number 3 on this list, and not just because of last performance at DNC, but at the same time he's also beat all these guys. So it's a toss up. But I'm going Ryan Mayfield, Fend, Ronafalk, Bornhorst. I don't know if I want to put Bornhorst.
Yeah, in my books, why I would
put Fuller there first before Bornhorst. Fuller's in my top 5.
So the reason why I put Bornhorst behind Tessman is because of the fact that he finished only 7th in the Nats. Yes, he had a 2nd at DNC. Yes, he had a 3rd at PMB.
I'm not counting RCGP. I'm not really counting RCGP because it was only really him, and there was competition there, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, he finished pretty well at RCGP, but
he won one. He won the rush. Yeah. He came out the points lead, I believe, or something.
Yeah, but yeah, he did. He has done well, but he hasn't done well like Fend, Ronafalk, Ongara, and Mayfield do. You know?
And I'm also, you know who I'm putting in my top 10? Brandon Rose.
Almost. I mean, he's up there, but
he's gonna be up. He's gonna be like 9th or 10th. But I have Mayfield, Fend, Ronafalk, Father. Man, I'm putting Fuller 4th.
No, I mean, but
I'm putting one. I'm actually putting Juan Carlos Canas 5th because I think he can win anywhere as well. He's one of this race. I think he can win.
I think the top 5. For me, the top 5, you just switch Ongara and Ronafalk around. The top 5 is perfect in my mind.
It's so hard. It's like I want to see Marco go up higher. And what would be great is that we got this weekend, which is a great, I don't know. I like this. I think we should split it up into a Euro, USA, and then a final one. So if Rick listen to this, please, let's do that. That'd be great.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I've been very critical of this list before. Because of that's one reason, because it is inaccurate because this list started out by American races, then Europeans joined, so it has always been very American biased because of the fact that how it works.
Well, the Americans race a little bit more altogether as well.
Well, not really, because if this list started out in Europe, this would count UK nats, Italian nats, instead of
no, it wouldn't. It not the way that it has to have a certain number of top drivers at the race for it to count.
No, but you need to understand that in Italy, for example, the main
but they have to be in this top 25. So if it goes to listen. If it goes, listen, shush for a second, because it's not really. You sound like the people arguing about it on Facebook. If it realistically went to Italy, you would have Davide Angaro, Riccardo Bertolli. Well, maybe it would work in Italy, and then Elliott Boots would probably be there. And so Elliott, so it might. It could be in Italy. But it needs to be like 5 or 6. No. It needs to be 5 or 6 in the top 25. Listen.
We have 4 Italians on the list right now. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 4 Italians on the list right now. No, 4.
Let's see. We have. Go ahead. 1.
Yeah. We have 4 Italians on the list right now, but the way the list has worked, this list started out by taking American races like Cycross and I don't believe
but they had to have a number of top drivers there for it to count.
Exactly, but the way it works was when this list started out, the only top drivers on the list were American because this didn't count European races. So every time a new race came up, the top drivers by this list was American. Then when more and more European racing came around, so basically what had to be done was Europeans had to come over to America, beat Americans. That was the only way to get higher on this list. Okay?
And have the races in Europe count. That's what happens. Then the races But look, the battle, I would love to just see it separated. Like, we have our European guy, we have our USA guy, and then here's how it is combined. If you're listening, which you might be, I hope you do that. It'd be good because we'd like to see and hopefully this year with the Europeans getting back to full racing, we get to see it. But still a great talking point. I think this top 5 can be pretty accurate right here. I would say I would just move around. If this is real, I would move around some of these names. I don't know if I have Ongaro in my top 5, but it's hard to count out Ongaro in Europe. Period. You know what I mean?
But I gotta be honest though. At this point, the list is starting to become like, if you look at the list now, there's pretty much the same amount of Europeans and Americans. At this point, the races are like it's equal. My argument was just that before
when it started, I get it.
Unequal, yeah,
I get it.
And then that's why, because the list rates top drivers, the drivers who are high on the list.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's segue into this because there's another announcement. It's the the Visions Motorsport. Sorry, I have it right here. Let me bring it up on my notes. Hold on, guys. Sorry, just got a lot going on here. I got confused easily. This is why we need a producer. So we got the registration is open for the 2022 Visions Off-Road hosted by Mid-America Outdoors. We did talk about this on our Patreon only pod. So Live RC made the announcement that they are going to do this race in Jay, Oklahoma. So apparently this is the Mid-America, the Visions Mid-America Outdoors is this big outdoor event. I'm actually going to bring up a video while we're doing this. And it's a lot of rock racing, a lot of side-by-side racing. It's actually got everything, dude. It's got motocross racing. It's got monster trucks. It's got everything. Also, I didn't realize it has a big, giant pro shop on site where you can buy anything off-road. So this is like where people that have off-road stuff go to geek out. Like this is their heaven, apparently. So RCGP sold it by saying they're going to have a $30,000 cash payout, which I actually think that the Visions people pay it out because they said in this ad that they had from last year, 250K in payouts all over, and have 20,000 fans watching this. And it seems like they have a good bit of pro guys signed up for this, but then also the price kind of dropped. The price kind of dropped for this, which makes it kind of expensive for people because I know people were excited for it. So they want to get 360 entries. It's an invite class that's Nitro Buggy and E-Buggy. And then the open class is Nitro Buggy and E-Buggy. The race entry is $50, which isn't bad, but the actual, you have to pay $150 to get a bracelet to enter the facility, the event, which also gives you access to everything else there. You know what I mean? So you not just the issue is I see for many people is like a family going or father and son going, like to run one class realistically. Like if you think about it, it's going to be $150 for you, the pit guy, $150 for your son. I think it's under 12 or something that they come in free. Not sure. But you get what I'm saying. It can get expensive if you have to go 2 people. Great idea. I like that the fact that it's at a full scale event. Joey's going to build the track too, apparently. So that's great. And he's going to get a chance to build a great track and all that type of stuff. I think it's good. I think this is a step in the right direction. I know you've got mixed feelings on it because you've been to similar type of events. For me, I'm like, obviously, when this first came out, people thought it was going to be like Supercross or Monster Truck Rap, and that's where I'd like to see it go at some point, but that takes time. But I think this is a great first step. My only fear is, like, I don't really know if it's going to get 360 entries. It doesn't matter how many entries go, to be honest, so long as we got a good bit of people there, and hopefully the pro guys go there and they use the pro guys in a professional setting. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Or maybe it's just a display where some people go and they go and run this year. One of my fears is that I just hope it does get in a spot in this, because this is a big area apparently, where it does get in a spot where it can be seen by people and has a lot of foot traffic and all that type of stuff. I mean, I'm hoping that happens. But it's such another, small speck on it's a flea on the back of full scale anything. You know what I mean? It's still kind of, RC's kind of minute. It sounds like it was kind of like, I don't know the full details, but I know that Live RC has done a lot of full scale work with side by sides and all this stuff. So this was only inevitable, but it sounds like maybe they tried to get this many years in a row. Maybe opportunity came up, and that's why it's such short notice. I personally don't think it's going to get 360 entries because of cost, and it's pretty expensive there.
But I think it's better, actually. I think if they get like
right, I think if it's less, it's going to be better for the people that go there.
I think if it's 200 entries, they'll add a few practice rounds or a few quali rounds, or they add a Super Bowl or whatever.
Yeah, and then people can go go see the rest of the stuff for the day. You know what I mean? The people that go, I hope they do. There is a question. Okay, so the big thing is, this is on the same day as the e-buggy nationals, same weekend, which is supposed to be really big this year because it's up in the Northeast. So it's kind of like, I get it. Like, I know a lot of people say it's just the e-buggy nationals, it doesn't count, but I actually think it was going to be a big year for these guys. And if the number of pro guys that I know that I heard that are going to the Visions race, it's going to suck for the E-Nats, because they won't have the pro guys there. But I don't think that this race takes away from the turnout of the people that go to this E-Nats. Yes, it might suck. It may not have all the pro guys there. It may have some pro guys. You know what I mean? That sucks. But I still think the turnout will be good for the E-Nats. And I think we have to support this. You know what I mean? No matter what, it's a step in the right direction, in my opinion. And yeah, I'm all for this, man. I actually wish I could go, but I don't think it's just going to be possible. And I wish these guys, honestly, I wish them all completely the best of luck. I hope this does what it's supposed to do for RC. I hope, we get it. And I hope it's just good, man. Honestly, I do.
Yeah, I love events like this. We've had these in Finland for quite many times. Like, one was at the WRC paddock, right in the middle of it almost. We had grandstands full of people watching an RC race. Over 200,000 people come to the WRC event every year. And same with Model Expo, 60,000 people come to that every year. And there was always an RC race which people watch with their kids. And those events are always very nice to see. Seeing RC with an audience, it's amazing. So I'm always very happy to see people put up these events.
Yeah. So for those who are watching this, sorry, Max, those who are watching this live or watching this on YouTube, this is where the event is. This is one of their promotion videos from their YouTube. So this is a big area. I must admit, I think I could get into that side by side racing. That looks like fun.
Yeah, a lot of like dune buggies and
these are mega, and so these are called mega trucks, I guess. You know what I found interesting? That they actually have the world's Barbie doll car downhill race at this race.
Okay.
So I know you've probably seen this on YouTube or Facebook, where it's a group of guys that race like kids Jeeps and stuff that you can sit in, that kids can sit in. Mm-hmm. And they're usually powered by batteries. Like my daughter has one, but I guess guys take all that stuff out and just make them free roll and they race them downhill. And guys crash and get all messed up too. So this looks like a great off-road event. I guess people have to go to this event with the idea of, okay, we're having an RC race. We're going to put our best foot forward to promote RC. But we're also going to have a cool event on this side to go check out. Multiple events. So I wish them all the best. I hope this is a step forward in getting our industry or what we do in front of people who have because it looks like it's a lot of regular people that have disposable income that are into this, because this is also an expensive event. And hopefully we snag a few of them, or somehow we get something what we do is caught up. I hope Live RC does does great coverage of it too.
I think coverage is very, very important, because now you have the sort of appearance of the RC being a big sport, with all the pros being there, with prize pools, with the fact that this is at a huge event, you have an audience and all that. So I hope Live RC puts their best effort to date on the coverage, and we on the internet can enjoy it too.
Yep. I look forward to it. And for the guys going to the eNets, I know it sucks. It does. But sometimes it's so much racing out there. I remember when David was trying to, it's unfortunate, but it kind of just is what it is. Like, I think this race has to happen. The eNets has to happen. And we'll see. Now, do the manufacturers make guys go to this race, or do the manufacturers make them go to the eNets? Let's see. And there's money up for grabs. So anyway, there's a 30K payout. I think first gets 5K and Nitro Buggy. So
how it works is if you win, you get 5K, second gets 4, then 3, 2, and 1, I believe. And then the open TQ. So everyone who TQs the round of open gets promoted to the invite class, and they get 1,000 as a payout per TQ run. And then their overall TQ gets $1,000 as well in the open class. And then the prize pool technically is only 23,000 if no one wins all 3 mains. So if you win all 3 mains, you get 5K. But yeah, so it's still
really. So you have to win all 3 mains to get it.
Yeah, so if you win all 3 mains, you get 5K for the win and 5K for winning all 3 mains. So you end up with 10K in hand. Okay.
Cool. Well, I hope it gets a good bit of people. I hope everybody has fun. I hope the pro guys go there. And I hope it's successful, man. And I look forward to watching it. And I believe it's in July. So it should be good to see. Good to see. All right, Max. And congratulations to Live RC. I want to see RC go forward. It doesn't matter if it's my group of friends that do it, like, RCGP. It doesn't matter if Live RC does it. I want, by any means necessary, we need to go forward, and we need to be promoting RC.
Yeah.
All right, Max. Real quick. So we do have a race that's coming up this weekend. It's kind of big.
Yeah. Well, US Walmart.
So this is at Joao Figeredo's track. They had it last year. It was a good race there. Excuse me. It's a glue track. Not your favorite surface, but it's still a good track. Yeah. It's a beautiful track.
It is very nice. It's a very big Very big track too.
Yes. So how this is going to work, this is actually going to be 2 races in one. I was talking to y'all yesterday. He explained how it's going to work. Give me a second. Talk about IBC last year real quick, Max.
Yeah, so last year, David went, and Ongara went, Canas was there, Robert was there. All the fast guys in Europe pretty much were there. Ongara seemed quite dominant. This is sort of the surface where he usually is at his best. With his new car, I'm a bit more hesitant to say what his level will be, but he'll definitely be strong. This year, Berton is obviously a bit faster as well. He could be up there. Canas is always fast. He finished, I believe, 3rd last year. David ended up finishing 2nd, if I'm not wrong. So it's gonna be a tight fight. David obviously has a new car. He hasn't raced in high group that much, but he'll be quite fast, no doubt. So it'll be very interesting to see where these guys will stack up. But last year it was a pretty tight race, even though Ongara seemed quite comfortable and ended up winning.
Everybody is going to this race. Yeah, everybody in Europe.
It's the Euros warm up, and it's also the IBC. So
it is that
Euros warm up always attracts people.
So this is how it works. This race is going to be run under European rules, fuel rules. So the guys will be running the 16%. As well. I think this is the first official big race with it that I've seen. So how it's going to work is after qualifying on Saturday, they'll take the top 15 from qualifying and have the IBC 45-minute main. Right? So that's for the IBC, International Buggy Challenge race. That's Joao's race. Right? So then on Sunday, they go through the ladder format of, for the Euro warm-ups, the normal stuff.
Yeah.
And then they will have the 45-minute Euro warm-up main at the end on Sunday. So it's
okay.
So now this is my question. And this goes out to the top 25 guy, Rick McCrary, which I am going to post to him as well. Does this race then count for 2 races? Because it literally is 2 races.
Yeah.
So are you going to have 2 races in one weekend? This is 2 races. This is just like RCGP. This is just like RCGP, but just different. Okay, they don't have to do qualifying on Sunday because they already qualified, but they have to do the ladder mains on Sunday. If RC2 was 2 races, this is how it would be. So this race should count for 2 races in the top 25.
Yeah. So exactly. Well, that's a tough one for Rick. I hope.
Yeah, but it's 2 separate mains. It's literally 2.
Yeah.
The main can be different on Sunday than it can be on Saturday. There could be guys that are in the main on Sunday that were not on the main on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because they have to all race in on Saturday.
And actually, there could be no drivers. There could be no same drivers on Saturday and Sunday because
there can be. I mean, if you don't,
no.
Yes, there will be.
Most likely there will be almost the same guys. But there is a possibility that there's not a single same guy on Saturday and Sunday.
I don't know how that's going to be, but I don't think that like a whole 15 other guys won't make the semis. But remember, there are already guys in the semis because they're already qualified on Saturday.
Yeah.
But then you have to then everybody has to race in. So it can definitely be a different main. So this has to be 2 mains. Interesting format because this is going to be, it's kind of like what we talked about. You had a real race here, like you had a race. And it's attached to a warm-up. So freaking awesome. Kudos to Joao and his people for doing that. And I look forward to it. He said there will be some coverage. Some Portuguese guys are doing some streaming.
I think last year, Miguel Zambrana from InfoRC did very good coverage.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to be there this year. I don't think he was there last year either. If he was, he was
there. He was like last year, and the coverage was good, but it was just
he did a good job. Who do you think's gonna win? All right, so we have 2 mains. Shit.
Yeah.
Who you taking your top 3?
We'll just pick for both mains at the same. I'm not doing different picks for Saturday and Sunday.
Really? Okay.
No, it's guessing game anyway. So my pick is. Dang, it's hard though. I'm gonna go because now I'm a David Ronefalk fan.
Ooh, now you're a fan.
No. I'm still have that. I've always been David Ronnefalk fan, but now I'll think. I'm just being giving him motivational critique. So, okay, my picks are David, Ongaro, and Canas. That's my top 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Hold on. I'm trying to share a video here. Let's see. I'm going with the Viking.
You too?
I am loyal to a T.
So now
no, I can't pick him. I can't pick nobody. I had to pick who loses. No, I think I tell you who I think is gonna be good here. I think Ronnefalk can win it. It's gonna be a scrap though. Dude, there's so many guys that can do well. Mm-hmm. I actually don't know who to pick, to be honest. But Ronnefalk, Ongaro, I think if these guys let Ongaro get out to a lead, man, that's when they're just gonna be like, you cannot let this guy get out to a lead at no point. Like, and this is actually from the event last year, by the way, from their Facebook. So if anybody wants to see what the track looks like, a lot of people are like, this is a Euro track, no jumps, but it's really good. It's fast. And he's not made any changes from the last race. So it's still the same. Dude, I'm going with Ronnefalk, Ongaro, Canas. And you know what?
We just have the same picks.
And you know what? Who I'm throwing in there as like a dark horse? I'm going to throw Barufalo.
Too high grip in my opinion, but he could be good.
But it doesn't. The thing is, the grip goes away. It doesn't go away. It gets normal-ish after the rubber gets on it and the fuel gets on it.
Yeah,
it's really grippy at the beginning.
Yeah, it does get better, but it's
I do
very,
like the pit lane. Oh, that's great. Did you see the pit lane has speed bumps in it?
Yeah,
slows you right down.
Almost all tracks in Portugal and some in Spain have that. That's just
not that many though. I still
they have it like that. They have it all over the. It's fucking annoying because you have to be very, very careful. Like when you start, people slow down and then cars hit each other. But
dude, this track is fucking beautiful. Dude.
Yeah, it is amazing.
I'm sorry, this track is beautiful, dude. And the Euros are gonna be here. I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait. All right. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a good race. Everybody, we're gonna do a recap on it Monday. Hopefully I get to talk to Joseph or at least David while they're out there, because I do know that they're going to Spain directly after this to do some testing for Redovon. And then I'm off to Vegas on the Tuesday, and I'll be doing my thing there. I'll be doing a lot of videos and stuff there, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, we'll be watching this race hopefully this weekend, guys. And we'll be sharing it on our Facebook and the NNRC Facebook and all that stuff. And I think that's about it, man. I think this is going to be an exciting race. This is going to be a very exciting race. Like, Montpellier was nice, but the weather kind of messed it up. This hopefully is going to be great. Viking's going to be, everybody's going to be watching him, see what he does. Look at all the people they're watching. They see how nice it is when you have bleachers and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, that's normal because we have
I know.
Big races here in Europe.
I know. This is why I always like just looking from the outside in why European racing just looks different, like a full scale event.
Yeah.
So like we have bleachers too, but we never see them that full. Like, you know what I mean? But it's good, man. It's going to be a great race. I can't wait. I hope the coverage is good. I really do. But I wish luck to the Viking. Hampus is going, JQ's going, Alex is going. This is like a big race. Big freaking race. A BFR.
Yeah.
All right. Let me remove this. Max, I think that's it for us this week. Look at you. You're yawning. This is like weird because it's midday for you. Usually, you probably sleep during this time. But
yeah.
All right, everybody. That's our show for this week. Just a quick shout out. We have to shout out to Lugs Racing Tires. They have Over 55 years of combined experience in RC, Lugs has been testing treads, wheels, and rubber for performance. You can try out the Lugs E-Corn tires, which are developed with racing budgets in mind. High quality but lower cost seems to meet savings that can be passed on to you, the racer. Also, check out their racing line, the Lugs using their custom molds and proprietary rubber compound, the TQs and Protos. The tires are available medium soft, super soft, and mega soft, and now long wear. I just see they had a big sale on their 10 scale tires. You can visit them at lugsracing.com, and you can save 25% with the promo code NNRC Lugs in all capital letters. All right, Maxie, I think that's it. We kind of stuck in our time frame this week. I think we did pretty good.
Almost.
It was a lot of racing to talk about.
It was,
a lot of racing.
And we barely even touched on a lot of it.
I know. But it was like little nuances that we had to talk about, you know. Yeah. And I just want to say it's good to see everybody that raced. I love seeing my timeline flooded with racing. Great to see. RC is awesome. And don't forget, everybody, this Thursday, I'll be going live with Tebow. Get those questions ready. He hasn't been on for a long time, so I guess he's eager to come on. We'll talk about his hectic season opener, and he's, Tebow's fighting. He's trying to get up there and get on that podium too. You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see what things he's doing in his life and his program to get to that level. And Max, we'll be back on Friday as well. We're gonna have the questions. And we'll have our main interview. Our main interview is with my buddies Sean Rusin and Tyler Zavado. We talk about King of the Streets and all that stuff. And Max and I will answer your questions that we're getting. Anyway, I think that's it, dude. I think that's it. Thank you to all of the people that support this podcast. It's good to be back in front of the mic, and you get that burnout and then you take a break and then you get back and you get all excited. Like I feels all new and fresh. So I'm excited to be back here. Thank you to all the NNRC squad around the world. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to the patrons of the podcast. We can't do it without you guys. If you wish to become a patron, you can. I'm going to get something nice for the patrons at Silver State and get it all signed up. I'm going to get something nice. I'm got a little bit of money stashed off, and I'm going to give them a treat. Maybe got a pit board, get it all signed up, leave it with somebody and get them ship it out and do a draw. Thank you to all those guys. There's a link in the written description of this podcast. Thank you to all the awesome sponsors of this podcast. Remember, showing the sponsors some love shows the podcast some love. They are Invisible Speed, TZO 200 Tires, High Tech RCD, TNR Fuels, Mayako, Beach RC, Techno RC, Lugs Racing Tires, JQSM, G-Spec RC Tuning, Papa Willie's Traction Tonic, Racecraft USA, Clinic RC, David Ronafalk in the DR Race Shop, Jared Tebow in the JTP RC. Shout out to my boy RC Kevin. Shout out to all of the RCGP fans. Remember, everybody, if you want to watch the Italy race, get signed up and you can watch the pay-per-view. Shout out to everybody. House of RC version 2.0 is coming out soon. If you haven't created your profile there, go check it out. I need to update mine with my boat builds. That's it, man. Sharing the sponsors enough, shares the podcast enough. We have links and coupon codes, affiliate links. If you can use the Beach RC affiliate link, it helps us out. Thank you to Beach RC. And that's it. It's all in the written description of this podcast. And there's a link on the Linktree link that takes you to all our links anyway. So if you want to check that. Max, you look sleepy. Go get some sleep. You always like reverse. Like during the night, the guy's up. Then during the day, he's just tired. So Max, thank you for your time. I will see you Friday. And thank you, everybody. It was a good catch up. Remember, Nitro's the glory. E-Buggy pays the bills. If you ain't grinding and sliding, and remember, everybody, RC is for everybody. Max, Lefty, the arrogant one. We're out, man. We're out. That's how, you know what? It's been a while. You know what? Short intro. I need to get my long intro fixed.